Hello everybody, it's Umitencho here. It's been about 6 months or more since I did a serious drawing video. Yeah, I was pretty much hunkered down for the COVID-19. I still technically am. I'm just back at my apartment, and that means I can draw again because I have the setup here. I tried it at my my mother's home, and it just didn't do it. Just wasn't for me. I just couldn't really get the inspiration. It's quite easier to be inspired when you're at your own place. It's technically not mine, considering I'm renting, but you get what I'm saying. Just need that me space. I'm doing the Ronin Warriors, their armored mode when they transform. This is Rio's red armor. I know he has a white armor when he absorbs or merges with 4 other armors. I think he does it with less in the later on, but he uses the power of the other 4 armors, I believe, combined with his own. Now, one thing you notice here is I'm a little bit sloppy. I think it's more like I'm just not used to the art style. I've noticed that drawing this Ronin Warrior stuff, there's a lot of detail involved in drawing this stuff. There's a lot of lines involved, a lot of parts. You got his double swords there. I'm gonna go ahead and do my shading. So like I say, the reason why I am doing so much Ronin Warriors content is because I'm planning on reviewing the series. I was watching this series last year on Amazon Prime just for the nostalgia, because I remember watching this show as a kid on Toonami and me falling in love with it. Maybe because it's similar to Power Rangers in a way, and I still watch Power Rangers, so I know, right? An old guy watching Power Rangers. I mean, hey, it is what it is, I still play Pokemon and stuff. But yeah, I want to review the series. I want to probably do it by story arc. The first arc being the reunion arc. It's what I've noticed is after the first 2, maybe the first, second episode, they all get broken up, and then it's oh damn, they gotta reunite. And I guess that's their way of sort of introducing the characters and learning about the power set. So now we are doing, I want to say Sage. I want to say Sage. I believe he has the power of light. Something like that. Yeah. Rio is Rio is fire. Sage is light. Sai is water. Kento is earth. And Rowen is sky. Though I just associate him with outer space and stuff. Which is on the point, because I think he's they find him in the atmosphere, way up there, way up in the sky when they have to reunite with him. So just looking here and seeing how I'm handling hand. I really do like how they did his hand. He was the favorite hand to draw because it was the easiest one to draw. Or easier one to draw. What I don't like about this drawing is, as you'll see when I get to doing the drawing in the dark parts, excuse me, it looks very messy. I don't really appreciate how that turned out. I think it's the worst darkening I've done so far for a character, but practice makes perfect. And I think I made him very squat as well, but it is what it is. And I think it has more to the fact that I just have to work on proportions more. I think that's one of my weaknesses, is I'll just go big or something like that, or start too big. You can see that with my Bulbasaur, where it just goes straight off the page. Now by Venusaur, I did get it fixed, but then again, well, yeah, I did the Bulbasaur line first. I did it in what do you call it, Pokedex order. So I am going to return to the Pokemon's drawings. I guess the next one will be Caterpie and Metapod, so that's going to be interesting. I think Caterpie is going to be easier than Metapod. Caterpie, just off the top of my head, is just circles on circles. So it's just do you know how to draw a circle? Can you slow down a little bit? Yeah. I do like how the darkening on this one turned out for the leg pads or leg armor. I would have probably done a bit more. Should have done probably did a bit more on the pads, but they're much better than how the torso turned out. He got his little sword. I didn't. Does he get a sword? I guess Rio gets two. I guess technically Rio gets a katana or a Japanese style sword, and then Sage gets a more European hybrid type of blade. Now here we are doing Sai. I guess he's the water guy. I think this is when I start to show some improvement, some of that skill sort of coming back, because I didn't have to. With this one, I wasn't fighting as much with the face as much. I just sort of just went with it on this one. Alright, so in his arm and shoulder pads here. And I think sometimes the problem is, like I said, I think what I need to work on overall is just like proportions. Because I was noticing during the drawing that certain aspects were like too big, and so that was messing things up and how lines connect and all that stuff. Oh yeah. Drawing his legs. I'm trying to remember, did I get his entire leg? I mean his entire feet? No. I got close though to drawing his entire feet. I always notice that sometimes I'll miss get into the feet, and feet are my weakness, so I need to draw more of those. Don't avoid the problem, go and try to deal with it. And then he gets the spear or something like that. I don't know what this is. I don't know what, pole arm or whatever. I'm just gonna go with spear, retractable arm or something like that. I think the darkening went alright with this one. I mean, it really wasn't that much with this. With him, it's just literally like blue and blue, black, and white. I didn't have to try to figure out a fourth level shading or anything like that. It was just really just color in everything and call it a day. Or fifth level, because there tends to be shading on the white, giving on the white. So here I am now. The pole looks a little crooked, but given it so long, I'm sure in real life it would bend a little bit. Otherwise, it would probably snap. Okay, I was getting in some of that feet. There go my sign. Now I think this one is Kento, Power of Earth. I think I made him look a bit too old, to be honest, by the end. Look at you. But yeah, so the next set of characters are probably going to be Ronin Warriors again. But like I said, I'm going to do Rio's white armor and then start hitting some of the villains maybe. I want to see. I'll probably go on the wiki and see the character layout, so I can see how many characters that I have and their forms. I think once I get the armored warriors out the way with their civilian sub armor and main armor modes out, everything else would be simple. Because I'm going to draw the other characters, but other characters don't have armor modes and whatnot. So I'm definitely going to do the side characters. I don't know if I'm going to do side or I'm just going to do, I don't know, I may do all of them. I may end up drawing all the characters. I'm going to see how many there are first before I commit to that. But I will at least have the 5 main heroes have their 3 forms: the civilian, sub armor, and the armored mode, which you see me draw now. I really did not do the legs very well on this one, in my opinion. I just kind of finagled this one. Like I say, I got a lot of work to do when it comes to the lower half of the body. There's another artist that doesn't do feet very well, and it shows up in the comic books whenever they see the feet. It's like, what is that? I don't want to end up like that. But then no one can be perfect. So everybody has their weaknesses. Those strengths and the weaknesses, those form your style. Even though in this case I'm focusing on the Ronin Warriors style. I need to look up who was the main artist for this series, who was the design artist for the series. And I'm doing my shading, smudging. Now he's orange and brown. Now for him I think it was white, black, orange. No, looking at his weapon. Yeah, it was like dark gray, orange, brown, and white. Let me think. Orange, brown. Basically, I had extra color to deal with. Maybe 2 extra colors, but they were minor. And then I went ahead and reshaded Sam because that's the brown part. So there's my Kento. And then finally, my Rowen. I really like how the eyes turned out for this one. I may have redone the eyes. Did I start all over with this one? I don't think so. I think I just embraced the fact that he was way over there. But I really like how I did the face on him. He's my favorite. He's the favorite face so far for this one. Definitely. See, that's what I'm saying. Showing some showing some improvement. You just gotta keep at it. First time around is gonna be like, whoa. But after a while, you'll just get with it. I made a major mistake with this one in interpreting it. I didn't realize that there were actually 3 circles, and so I was taking the detail that was needed for the 3rd main circle, which is what you see there, and I put on a second one, so I had to restart with the right arm. I had so much progress too, but I think this arm is the one that gave me the most trouble. I want to say Sage's arm. I guess that would be the left arm technically. That one was I liked drawing that one the most. So Rohan's face and Sage's the left arm. Yeah, I had to do a lot of arm work on this one. Like I made this one too. I made his arm on the right too small because of how the lines ended up. Nope, didn't get to the feet this time around. As you can see, I had to restart with the right arm as well. I went ahead and did his bow and arrow. I think his theme is like dark blue. Yeah, dark blue. I do like this one has my favorite darkening though. So favorite face and favorite darkening on this one. Oh yeah. Now his left arm is a bit too fat though. I should have extended that one out, but it is what it is on that. Going in and do my smudging. I do think I do some additional darkening because it did make his body pop out better, make it look more fuller. And what are you doing with that left arm that's making it so big? Darkening, and I think I added this one. Yeah, just a little bit. Like I like that. To me, that's popping. So there go my Rio with his double katanas, my Sage with his hybrid European style blade and horrible darkening, Sai with his staff, staff or whatever that is, and Kento with his spear, then Rohan with his bow.